I've always been afraid of my own body. That probably sounds strange, maybe even pathetic, but it's the truth. While other Omegas my age talked excitedly about their heats, their future mates, the bonds they'd form, I felt nothing but cold, creeping dread. My name is Eli, and at 22 years old, I'm what the community whispers about when they think I can't hear. The late bloomer. The anxious Omega. The one who still hasn't experienced his first heat. I live in a small town called Hollow Creek, nestled in the mountains where everyone knows everyone else's business. It's the kind of place where your heat cycle is discussed over coffee at the local diner, where alphas posture and compete for the attention of unmated Omegas, where tradition runs as deep as the rivers that cut through the valley. And I hate every suffocating minute of it. Eli, get down here. My brother's voice booms up the stairs of our family home, making me flinch. Derek, my older brother by 5 years, built like the alpha he is, broad-shouldered, commanding, with the same dark hair we inherited from our father, but none of my softness. Where I'm slight and lean, always drowning in oversized sweaters, Derek is all hard edges and protective instincts that border on obsessive. Coming. I call back, marking my page in the novel I've been pretending to read for the last hour. Truthfully, I've been staring at the same paragraph, my mind wandering to the suppressants hidden in my nightstand drawer. I've been taking them for 3 years now, ever since I turned 19, and should have had my first heat. The doctor said they were safe, that they'd give me time to prepare myself mentally and emotionally. What he really meant was that they'd give me time to stay in control. I pad down the stairs in my socks, the old wooden steps creaking under my weight. The house smells like coffee and the cinnamon rolls Derek picked up from the bakery this morning. It's Saturday, which means he's home from his construction job and has nothing better to do than hover over me. There you are, Derek says as I round the corner into the kitchen. He's leaning against the counter, arms crossed, wearing that expression I know too well. The one that says he's about to lecture me about something. But he's not alone. My heart does a stupid, traitorous flutter in my chest. Kai stands beside my brother, holding a mug of coffee in his large, calloused hands. He's wearing his usual uniform of worn jeans and a Henley shirt that stretches across his chest in ways that I definitely shouldn't notice. His dark blonde hair is slightly messy, like he's been running his hands through it, and his grey eyes, the colour of storm clouds, find mine immediately. Hey Eli, Kai says, his voice low and warm, like smoke and honey. Hi, I manage, feeling heat creep up my neck. I quickly look away, focusing on Derek instead. Kai Morrison, my brother's best friend since high school, the alpha who's been a constant presence in our lives for the past 7 years. He works construction with Derek, helps fix things around our house without being asked, and has this quiet, steady presence that makes me feel safe and completely terrified at the same time. Because here's the thing I've never told anyone. I've been in love with Kai since I was 17 years old. It started innocently enough. A crush on my brother's handsome friend, the way he'd ruffle my hair and ask about my day when Derek was too busy to notice. But it grew into something deeper, something that kept me awake at night imagining things I had no business imagining. And the worst part? Kai has always been kind to me. Protective, even. But never in a way that suggested he saw me as anything other than his best friend's little brother. We're going to the hardware store, Derek announces, pulling me from my thoughts. Kai's helping me build those shelves for the garage. You need anything while we're out? I shake my head. No, I'm good. You sure? You've been cooped up in your room all morning. Derek's eyes narrow slightly. You feeling okay? This is what my life has become. My brother monitoring my every move, my every symptom, waiting for the inevitable heat that I've been suppressing for years. He doesn't know about the pills, of course. He'd lose his mind if he found out. I'm fine, Derek. Just reading. Kai's eyes haven't left me, and I can feel the weight of his gaze like a physical touch. It makes my skin prickle with awareness, makes my Omega instincts stir in ways that terrify me. You look pale, Kai observes quietly. You eating enough? I'm fine, I repeat more firmly this time. You two should go before the store gets crowded. Derek studies me for another long moment before nodding. All right, we'll be back in a couple hours. Call if you need anything. I will. Kai sets his mug down on the counter, still watching me with those perceptive grey eyes. Take care of yourself, Eli. There's something in the way he says it, a gentleness that makes my chest ache. I nod mutely, not trusting my voice. I wait until I hear Derek's truck rumble to life, and pull out of the driveway before I release the breath I've been holding. The house falls into silence around me, and I'm finally alone. This is how I prefer it. Alone, where where I can't disappoint anyone or be the source of worry, where I don't have to pretend that I'm not terrified of the very nature of what I am. I return to my room and pull out my phone, scrolling through messages I've been ignoring from friends. There's a party tonight at Madison's house. She's a beta from my old high school, and she's been begging me to come. I've made excuses for the last 3 gatherings, and I can tell her patience is wearing thin. Come on, Eli, her latest message reads. You can't hide forever. Live a little. Maybe she's right. Maybe I need to stop living in fear and just exist. Be normal for once. I text back, okay, I'll be there. Her response is immediate. OMG yes. 8 p.m. Don't you dare bail on me. I toss my phone onto my bed and head to the bathroom, deciding to take a shower and actually try to look presentable for once. As the hot water cascades over my skin, I let myself imagine what it would be like to be normal, to experience heat like every other Omega, to find a mate, to not feel broken. But the thought of heat, of losing control, of being vulnerable and exposed, it makes my stomach twist with anxiety. I've heard the stories. How overwhelming it is, how the need becomes all-consuming, how Omegas can barely think straight through the haze of desire and instinct. The idea of being that helpless, that desperate, makes me want to crawl out of my own skin. After my shower, I stand in front of my closet, trying to decide what to wear. Everything looks wrong. Too childish, too baggy, too me. Finally, I settle on dark jeans and a soft blue sweater that's actually fitted instead of hanging off my frame. I run some product through my dark hair, trying to make it look intentionally messy instead of just neglected. When I look in the mirror, I barely recognize myself. I look older somehow. My green eyes seem brighter against the blue of the sweater, and for once, I don't look quite so fragile. My features have always been delicate, high cheekbones, a straight nose, full lips, but I've spent so long trying to hide myself that I forgot what I actually look like. The hours pass slowly. Derek and Kai return around 3, laden with lumber and supplies. I hear them in the garage, the sound of power tools and masculine laughter filtering through the house. Part of me wants to go out there, to watch Kai work with his hands, to be near him. But I stay in my room, because wanting him is pointless and painful. At 7:30, I grab my jacket and head downstairs. Derek is in the kitchen, covered in sawdust, drinking a beer. Where are you going? He asks immediately, his alpha protective instincts flaring. Madison's party. I told you about it last week. I don't remember you telling me. Derek, I interrupt, trying to keep my voice level. I'm 22 years old. I can go to a party. His jaw tightens, but he nods slowly. Fine, but text me when you get there, and when you're leaving. And if anyone gives you trouble, I'll call you. I know the drill. Kai appears in the doorway, still brushing sawdust from his arms. His eyes sweep over me, lingering for a moment longer than necessary, and something flickers in his expression that I can't quite read. You look nice, he says quietly. My face heats. Thanks. Want one of us to drive you? Derek offers. It's only a few blocks. I'll walk. Eli. Derek, I'll be fine. Madison's house is practically around the corner. He doesn't look happy about it, but he relents. Okay, but remember, text you. I know. I escape before he can add anything else to his list of protective demands. The evening air is cool against my flushed skin as I walk through our quiet neighborhood. The sun is setting, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. It's beautiful, and for a moment, I let myself feel something other than anxiety. Maybe tonight will be good. Maybe I can be normal, just for a few hours. Madison's house is already buzzing with activity when I arrive. Music pulses from inside, and I can see people through the windows, dancing, laughing, living. I take a deep breath and walk inside, ready to pretend that I'm not afraid of my own shadow. I have no idea that everything is about to change. The party is exactly what I expected. Loud music, too many people crammed into Madison's living room. The sharp smell of alcohol, mixed with a dozen different alpha and beta scents. As an Omega, my sense of smell has always been heightened, and right now it's overwhelming. Madison spots me immediately and rushes over, her blonde hair bouncing. Eli, you actually came. She throws her arms around me, and I hug her back, grateful for her warmth. I promised, didn't I? Yeah, but you've broken like 3 promises before this one. She grins and pulls me toward the kitchen. Come on, let me get you a drink. I follow her through the crowd, nodding at familiar faces from high school. Some people look surprised to see me, the hermit Omega actually making an appearance, while others barely notice. I prefer the latter. Madison hands me a red cup filled with something that smells fruity and alcoholic. Don't worry, it's weak. I know you're a lightweight. I take a sip and immediately regret it. Even weak burns going down, but I don't want to seem childish, so I keep holding it. So, Madison says, leaning against the counter with a mischievous smile. Any cute alphas catch your eye tonight? I nearly choke on my drink. What? No. I'm not looking. Eli, you're never looking. That's the problem. She gestures around the room. There are at least 5 unmated alphas here who would kill for a chance with you. You're gorgeous, and you don't even know it. My face burns. Madison. I'm serious. Like, there's Tyler from our chemistry class. Remember him? Or Marcus. He works at the bookstore you like. Or, I'm really not interested. I cut her off gently. I just came to hang out, okay? She studies me for a moment, then sighs. Fine. But one day you're going to have to stop hiding, you know. If only she knew how much I wish I could. The next hour passes in a blur of conversations and forced smiles. I nurse my drink, trying to blend into the background as much as possible. A few alphas approach me, attempting to flirt, but I politely deflect each one. Their scents make me uncomfortable, too aggressive, too unfamiliar. Not like Kai's scent, cedarwood and rain, and something uniquely him that makes me feel safe. I shake my head, trying to dislodge the thought. I can't think about Kai. Not here, not when I'm supposed to be having fun. Around 9:30, I start to feel strange. It begins as a warmth in my lower abdomen, subtle enough that I almost dismiss it. But then it spreads, a tingling heat that crawls under my skin, making me shift uncomfortably. My sweater suddenly feels too tight, too hot, suffocating. I set my barely touched drink down and press a hand to my forehead. I'm burning up. Eli? You okay? Madison appears at my side, concern creasing her features. I don't know. I feel weird. Weird how? The warmth intensifies, and with it comes a wave of dizziness that makes the room tilt. My heart starts racing, pounding against my ribs like it's trying to escape. And then I smell it, my own scent, sweet and floral, beginning to permeate the air around me. No. This can't be happening. Not here. Not now. I need to go, I gasp, pushing away from the counter. I need to leave. Eli, wait. But I'm already moving, shoving through the crowd toward the front door. People are starting to notice now, their heads turning, nostrils flaring as my scent grows stronger. I see an alpha's eyes dilate, see him take a step toward me, and panic claws up my throat. I burst through the front door and into the cool night air, but it doesn't help. Nothing helps. The heat is building inside me, relentless and terrifying, exactly what I've been dreading for years. My first heat. And it's happening in the worst possible way. I stumble down Madison's front steps, my legs shaking. I need to get home. I need Derek. A wave of cramps doubles me over, and I cry out, clutching my stomach. It feels like my insides are twisting, rearranging themselves, preparing for something I'm not ready for. Slick begins to leak down my thighs, warm and mortifying, and I want to die from the humiliation of it all. My phone. I need my phone. With trembling hands, I dig it out of my pocket and try to call Derek. It rings once, twice, 3 times. Come on, I whimper, tears streaming down my face. He doesn't answer. I try again, same result. He's probably still in the garage with the music too loud to hear his phone. Or maybe he's in the shower. Either way, he's not picking up, and I'm alone, and my scent is getting stronger with every passing second. I need to move. Need to get somewhere safe before other alphas smell me. I start walking, stumbling really, in the direction of home. My vision blurs with tears and heat haze. Every step is agony, my body screaming at me to stop, to nest, to find an alpha. The suppressants must have finally failed, and now my body is making up for 3 years of delayed heats all at once. I make it maybe 2 blocks before I have to stop, leaning against a tree for support. My legs won't hold me anymore. Everything hurts and burns and feels wrong and right at the same time. Please. I sob to no one, to the universe, to whatever cruel fate decided this was how my first heat would happen. Please, someone help me. And then I smell it. A scent that cuts through my panic like a lighthouse in a storm. Cedarwood and rain. Kai. I must be hallucinating. That's the only explanation. Because there's no way Kai is here. No way he's running toward me through the darkness, his face etched with concern and something wilder, more primal. But then his hands are on my shoulders, warm and solid and real. And I know this isn't a fever dream. Eli, he breathes, his voice rough. Jesus Christ, Eli, what? His words cut off abruptly as my scent hits him full force. I watch his pupils dilate, watch his jaw clench, watch every muscle in his body go rigid with the effort of controlling himself. Kai, I whimper, and I hate how needy I sound, how desperate. I can't, it hurts. Your heat. It's not a question. His hands tighten on my shoulders, and I can feel the fine tremor running through him. Eli, your first heat. Why didn't you tell anyone it was coming? I didn't know. Tears stream down my face. I've been taking suppressants. They must have failed. Kai, I don't know what I need. Another cramp seizes me, and I cry out, collapsing against his chest. His arms come around me immediately, holding me up, and his scent wraps around me like a blanket. My Omega instincts surge forward, recognizing him as safe, as perfect, as exactly what I need. I've got you, he murmurs into my hair. I've got you, sweetheart. We need to get you somewhere safe. Can you walk? I shake my head. Everything below my waist feels like liquid fire. Without hesitation, Kai scoops me up into his arms, cradling me against his chest. Through the haze of heat, some part of me registers how easily he lifts me, how natural it feels to be held by him. I'm taking you home, he says, already moving. Derek needs to know. No. The word bursts out of me with surprising force. Not Derek. Please, Kai, I can't. He'll be so disappointed. He'll know I was taking suppressants. Eli, he's your brother. He needs to know you're in heat. Please. I sob against his neck, breathing in his scent, letting it soothe the worst of the panic. Please don't take me there. I can't face him like this. Kai's arms tighten around me, and he's silent for a long moment as he carries me through the dark streets. Finally, he says, my apartment. It's closer. I'll take you there, get you settled, and then I'll call Derek. Okay. It's not ideal, but it's better than the alternative. I nod weakly, already feeling another wave of heat building. Kai lives in a small apartment complex on the edge of town, just a short walk from where he found me. He takes the stairs 2 at a time, moving with purpose despite my weight in his arms. When we reach his door, he somehow manages to unlock it while still holding me, then kicks it shut behind us. His apartment is exactly what I expected, sparse but clean, masculine without being messy. There's a couch, a TV, a small kitchen. Everything smells like him, and my Omega instincts go haywire, demanding I nest here, claim this space, stay. Bedroom, I gasp. Please, I need. Kai carries me into his bedroom without question. The space is dominated by a large bed covered in dark sheets. He sets me down gently on the mattress, and immediately I start grabbing pillows, blankets, anything soft, trying to arrange them around me in some semblance of a nest. That's it, Kai says softly, watching me with those storm-grey eyes. Follow your instincts. I'm going to get you some water. Don't leave. I grab his wrist, panic flaring. The thought of him leaving, even for a moment, is unbearable. I'll be right in the kitchen, Eli. You'll be able to see me through the door. He's right. The bedroom door opens directly into the living area, and I can see the kitchen from here. Reluctantly, I release his wrist, and he backs away slowly, like I'm a scared animal he doesn't want to spook. I continue building my nest, some instinctive part of me knowing exactly how it should be arranged. In the middle, I find one of Kai's shirts, a soft flannel, and I clutch it to my chest, burying my face in it. His scent is strongest here, and it helps ease the burning under my skin. Kai returns with a glass of water and some crackers. You need to stay hydrated, and try to eat something if you can. I take the water gratefully, drinking half the glass in one go. The crackers I ignore. Food is the last thing on my mind. Better? He asks, crouching beside the bed so we're eye level. No, I whisper honestly. Kai, it's getting worse. I don't know what to do. I'm going to call your brother now. He'll know what? He'll take me away from you. The words slip out before I can stop them, raw and honest and completely revealing. Kai freezes. Eli, I don't want to leave. Your scent helps. You help. I'm crying again, hot tears tracking down my flushed cheeks. Please don't make me leave. Something shifts in Kai's expression, something dark and possessive that makes my Omega instincts sing with approval. But he shakes his head, fighting it. You're in heat. You don't know what you're saying. I do know. I reach out, my fingers grazing his jaw. His skin is rough with stubble, warm beneath my touch. Kai, I've wanted you for years. You have to know that. His eyes close, jaw clenching. Don't say things like that. Not now, when you can't think straight. I'm thinking perfectly straight. Another wave of heat rolls through me, and I gasp, doubling over. Okay, Maybe not perfectly. But Kai, please. I trust you. Only you. When he opens his eyes again, they're glowing faintly with alpha power. His control is slipping. I can see it in the tension of his shoulders, the way his hands are fisted at his sides. You have no idea how long I've... He cuts himself off, shaking his head sharply. No. I can't. Derek is my best friend. You're his little brother. This is wrong. It doesn't feel wrong, I whimper. It feels right. You feel right. I reach for him again, but this time he catches my wrist gently, but firmly. I need to call Derek. I'll do it from the living room. You stay here and try to rest. Kai. I'm sorry, Eli. He stands and walks out, pulling his phone from his pocket. I watch through the doorway as he dials, pressing the phone to his ear. The betrayal stings, even though I know he's doing what he thinks is right. But then something happens that neither of us expected. Through the fog of heat, I hear Kai curse. Derek, pick up. Come on, man. A pause. Voicemail again. Shit. He tries 2 more times with the same result. Derek isn't answering. Kai runs a hand through his hair, looking torn. He glances back at me, and our eyes meet across the space between us. I must look pathetic, curled up in his bed, clutching his shirt, my scent growing stronger and sweeter with every passing minute. I can't reach him, Kai says, his voice strained. I'll try again in a few minutes, but Eli, your heat is getting worse. I can smell it from here. Then help me. I don't care how desperate I sound. Please, Kai. I need you. He takes a step toward the bedroom, then stops himself. If I come in there, I don't know if I can control myself. Then don't. Eli. I'm choosing you, Kai. Heat or no heat, suppressants or no suppressants, I'm choosing you. I've always chosen you, in every fantasy I've ever had, in every dream about my future. It's always been you. My words hang in the air between us, honest and terrifying and completely true. Kai stands frozen in the doorway, a man at war with himself. His alpha instincts are screaming at him to claim me, to ease my suffering, to make me his. But his loyalty to Derek, his sense of honor, holds him back. I can't betray Derek like this, he says finally, but his voice wavers. You're not betraying anyone. I struggle to sit up, though every movement sends sparks of heat through my body. Kai, look at me. He does, and what I see in his eyes makes my heart race even faster. I'm not Derek's property. I'm my own person, and I'm telling you what I want. I want you. I've wanted you for 5 years, long before this heat ever happened. This isn't just instinct talking. This is me, Eli, choosing the alpha I've been in love with since I was 17 years old. Something breaks in Kai's expression. The careful control shatters, and suddenly he's moving, crossing the room in 3 long strides. You have no idea what you're asking, he growls, his voice deeper, more alpha than I've ever heard it. If I claim you during your first heat, we'll bond. Do you understand that? A permanent bond, Eli. You'll be mine forever. Good, I whisper. I don't want anyone else. Derek will never forgive me. Then we'll deal with that together. Kai hovers at the edge of the bed, close enough that I can feel the heat radiating from his body, smell the arousal mixing with his cedarwood scent. His eyes glow in the dim light, alpha power barely restrained. Last chance, he says hoarsely. Tell me to leave, Eli. Tell me you don't want this, and I'll walk away. I'll call someone else, get you help. I want this. I want you. The last thread of his control snaps. Kai surges forward, and suddenly he's in my nest, his arms around me, his lips meeting mine in a kiss that steals what little breath I have left. It's nothing like I imagined in my countless fantasies. It's better, more intense, more real. His lips move against mine, with years of pent-up wanting. I moan softly, my hands fisting in his shirt, trying to pull him closer, even though there's no space left between us. Eli, he breathes against my lips. My sweet Omega. I've wanted this for so long. Wanted you for so long. Then stay with me, I whisper. Please, Kai. Make it stop burning. He groans, a deep rumble in his chest that I feel in my bones. His hands are warm and comforting against my fevered skin, grounding me. So beautiful, he murmurs. I used to dream about this, about being here with you. I'd hate myself every morning for it. Don't hate yourself. I lean into his touch. Want you too. Always wanted you. His mouth finds my neck, kissing the sensitive skin there. When his lips brush over my scent gland, I nearly come apart. The sensation is overwhelming, comfort and need and instinct all tangled together. Not yet, Kai says, seeming to read my desperation. Your first time shouldn't be rushed, even if it's during heat. He takes his time, gentle despite the urgency thrumming through both of us. He just looks at me with such tenderness that I feel it like a physical touch. "You're perfect," he says reverently. "Every part of you." "Scared?" he asks softly, noticing my wide eyes. "A little," I admit. "But I trust you." "I'll take care of you," he promises, holding me close. "I'll always take care of you, Eli. From this moment on, you're mine to protect." His words send a thrill through me, my Omega instincts responding to the claim. "Yours," I agree breathlessly. "Want to be yours." What happens next is a blur of emotion. Kai keeps his promise to go slowly, his touch gentle and reassuring despite my pleading. The heat inside me gradually begins to ease. "Please," I whisper, clutching at his shoulders. "Kai, please, I need." "I know, sweetheart. I've got you." When we finally complete the bond, the relief is so intense that tears stream down my face. Kai holds me, whispering praise and endearments. "That's it, baby. You're doing so well. So perfect for me." The heat begins to ease, replaced by something deeper. Comfort and safety wash over me in waves. Kai's scent surrounds me, grounds me. "Look at me," he says softly. I meet his storm-grey gaze. What I see there, love, devotion, tenderness, overwhelms me completely. And then I feel it. The moment he marks me, his teeth gently claiming the scent gland at my neck, bonding us together in the most permanent way possible. The world goes white. For a moment, I'm not just Eli anymore. I'm us together, two souls merging into one bond. I feel Kai's emotions flooding through the connection. His love, his protectiveness, his desperate need to keep me safe. And he feels mine, the years of longing, the trust, the absolute certainty that he's my mate. When I come back to myself, I'm sobbing. Not from pain or regret, but from the sheer overwhelming rightness of it all. "Sure," Kai soothes, sealing the claiming mark. "I've got you. You're okay. We're okay." "Kai," I manage through my tears. "I can feel you. Inside my head, I can feel you." "That's the bond," he explains gently, settling us so we're facing each other. His hand comes up to cup my cheek, thumb brushing away tears. "We're mated now, Eli. Permanently bonded. You're stuck with me." "Good," I whisper, leaning into his touch. "Don't want anyone else." The heat has retreated completely, satisfied now that I've been claimed. Exhaustion crashes over me like a wave, and I can barely keep my eyes open. "Sleep," Kai murmurs, pulling me close so my head rests on his chest. "I'll watch over you, and when you wake up, we'll figure out how to tell Derek." The mention of my brother sends a spike of anxiety through the bond, and Kai feels it immediately. "Hey," he says firmly. "Look at me, sweetheart." I tilt my head back to meet his eyes. "I don't regret this. Not for a second. Do you?" "No," I answer honestly. "Never." "Then we'll face whatever comes together. Derek will be angry, but he loves you. He'll come around eventually." "You sound so sure." "I am sure. Because you're worth fighting for, Eli. You're worth everything." His conviction flows through our bond, warm and reassuring. I snuggle closer, letting his heartbeat lull me towards sleep. "Kai," I murmur drowsily. "Yeah, baby. Love you. Have for years." His arms tighten around me. "I love you too, Eli. Since the first day Derek brought me home, and you smiled at me from behind that book you were reading. I've been yours since that moment, even if I couldn't admit it." I want to respond, want to tell him how happy that makes me, but sleep is already pulling me under. The last thing I register is Kai's lips pressing against my forehead and his whispered promise. Mine to protect, mine to love, mine forever. I drift off wrapped in safety and contentment, completely unaware that everything is about to explode. Because neither of us heard the front door open. Neither of us heard the heavy footsteps in the living room. Neither of us knew that Derek had finally called Kai back, gotten worried when he didn't answer, and decided to check on his best friend. The bedroom door crashes open, light flooding the dim room. "Kai, I was worried." Derek's voice cuts off abruptly. I jolt awake, disoriented and terrified. Through sleep-blurred vision, I see my brother standing in the doorway, his face cycling through confusion, shock, and then pure incandescent rage. His eyes land on me, clearly marked, obviously claimed, in his best friend's arms. His best friend whose scent is all over me, whose bite mark is fresh and vivid on my neck. "What?" Derek says, his voice deadly quiet. "Did you do to my brother?" And just like that, our happiness shatters.